Welcome back to another 3D modeling challenge video. This time I gave you guys a choice between two video ideas and naturally you all picked the most evil one. So today I'll be modeling with my non-dominant hand. Because I didn't want to spend the next year of my life on this character, I decided to choose a concept that was a bit more simple. But don't worry, there will still be plenty of suffering to go around. I'm right-handed, but today we're flipping our setup, so I have to do everything with my left hand. Let me show y'all. My mouse is on the left, my keyboard is on the right, okay? Now this is not a left-handed keyboard, so that just makes things even harder for me, okay? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why'd my shit just freeze? Hello? Guys, are you there? What happened? You already know the drill. The first thing I do is attach my concept art to the camera view and find the correct camera angle. Because our cat is magical and is floating in space, finding the correct camera angle wasn't that hard. I started with the head, and after an hour, I was still working on the head. Now, am I bad at my job? Yes. But in my defense, the reason I was moving so slowly was because all of my years of hard work and development of muscle memory were working completely against me. It's like when you have a long password that you've typed a million times, but the second you think about it for too long, it escapes from your memory. That's pretty much how I would describe this entire video. I modeled the antennas on the cat's head, and that meant we were finally done with the head after 1.5 hours. And hey, anybody who's thinking of making fun of me for that, may I refer you to this classic literary novel. Anyway, I moved on to the body, which didn't take as long because it was just like a long tube with a belly, and then I started working on the legs. Once we got those done, we were fully finished with the block out, which, dare I say, was actually looking pretty good. We are now done with the block out, and we are ready to get into the sculpting segment. I'm very cautious, but I'm very excited to get into the sculpting segment because it should be easier than the modeling portion. That's what I'm hoping for, because the modeling portion was pretty brutal, so if the sculpting is harder, we might be in for a bit of a ride. And boy, what a ride it was. Putting the glove on my left hand. Ooh, this feels weird. This does not feel right. Let's go. Oh my, yo, I can't. Dude, why does this keep happening? What the fuck? I thought that using a pen with my left hand would be easier than using a mouse, but boy was I wrong. I'm gonna freak out. What the hell happened here? Oh my god, I'm gonna freak out. Guys, this isn't good. In ZBrush, if you let go of Alt before letting go of right click when moving your camera will fly off into space. And because I could not stop accidentally doing that, this is something that would continue to haunt me through the entirety of the sculpting process. Fuck! Stop letting go of, okay. Oh my god, it's because I keep letting go of Alt. I thought that, fuck off. I thought that, The Windows button also decided to play a major role in my torment because it was located right next to the Alt button. Oh my god, I keep pressing Windows. I keep pressing the Windows. I keep pressing the fucking Windows button. And if that wasn't bad enough, some key combination that I was accidentally clicking would minimize every tab on my computer. I need that menu to be... I continued to struggle for the next hour and finally got the head to start looking more like our concept art. I decided I had enough for the day, so after wolfing down 3 raspberry turnovers, I called it a day and went to bed to prepare to finish the sculpt the next day. Alright guys, small fourth wall break for you. It's not actually the next day, it is the day after that, because yesterday I woke up and I felt extremely sick, so I didn't even leave my bed. I just stayed at home all day and drank a lot of tea. So any kind of muscle memory or practice that I got from sculpting the head on Tuesday is officially out the window. I'm not sure why I got so sick yesterday. I hope it's not because of the challenge, because if I got that sick from just a little bit of modeling and sculpting that I did on Tuesday, then tomorrow after I finish this model, I might wake up and realize that I died, because we've got pretty much everything except for the head still left to go. On that joyous note, I decided to continue sculpting, and funny enough, I actually did keep some of that muscle memory from Tuesday, because moving around in the program instantly felt way easier than it did before. I combined all of the parts of the body into one mesh, and then began sculpting after projecting my concept art to the poly paint of my model. This way, I could make sure that all of the skin folds and creases on our creature were going to be sculpted in the exact right spot. As I was going along, it was definitely becoming easier to sculpt with my left hand, but still not anywhere near easy. Oh, fuck's sake. As I continued sculpting, I was actually getting annoyed that I couldn't do this little cat character the justice I felt it deserved. All of the folds and creases would be really fun to sculpt, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to get them quite right with my left hand. Anyway, I might have to remake this character with no restrictions, like I did the goblin guy in a previous video, just to prove I at least kind of know what I'm doing. After a bit more refining, I decided I should go ahead and move on to the texturing process. So I once again projected my concept art to my model and started cleaning up the problem areas. I had to fix some parts where the model didn't quite match the concept art, as well as the back of the head where the projection just turned into a stretched mess. After the head came the eyes, and then finally the body. Projecting the concept art onto my model is always a huge help because even though I still have to repaint a lot of stuff, it is a great starting point and allows me to get way closer to the original drawing. Texturing did not take as long and luckily didn't have as many incidents. I guess I finally got a bit more used to sculpting with my left hand, and we can now add that to my list of useless skills, along with sculpting with a mouse and sculpting without undo. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it for the modeling and texturing process. Definitely not easy at all. I kind of thought that the sculpting portion was going to be easier than the block out, because in my head, you know, doing this is much easier than like having to move around with your mouse with your left hand. But after doing this, I would definitely say that the sculpting process was way harder. I think that the issue with the block out process inside of Blender was that it was just very slow, but with this, no matter how slow you go, you still have to, you know, have nice lines, you still have to have good pen pressure control, and that's really hard to do with your non-dominant hand. It was time to finally get our character back into our Blender scene to prepare it for rendering, and now to see the final result. Now come on guys, you gotta admit, for a character that I made with an arm that I won't even open the refrigerator door with, it actually turned out not that bad. Anyways, that is our character done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button so I can make more, and make sure you turn on notifications because the next video will be a full breakdown of how I make a full portfolio worthy character with every step from sculpting to retopology to UVs and everything in between. It won't be a tutorial video like some of you have been asking, but hopefully it'll provide some insight and teach you a thing or two. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.